Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome our cherished viewers to another lesson on MTA Mathematics, where maths is made easier for the learner. The last time we met, we treated the two-set problem, that is Venn diagram, the type 1. That is the raw type of question. For today, we are going to look at the type 2, that is the only type of question. So, with the only type of question, you realize that with the raw type of questions, we always subtract the point of intersection, that is, students studying both subjects or farmers growing both crops from the other crops or from the other subject. But with the only type of question, the x is not subtracted. So let's take the difference. Let's note the difference. You could see that in the raw type of questions also, when you solve, x is always negative. So at the end of the day, you are supposed to divide by -1 before you get the final answer. But with the only type of question, the answer is gotten straight away. So anytime you are solving the only type of questions and you realize that you are getting -x, this means that you are not on the right path. Let's take a question and see how it works. Okay, so let's take this question. In a class of 50 pupils, 20 study creative arts and 15 study mathematics. 3 pupils do not study any of the subjects. If each pupil study at least one of the subjects, I illustrate the given information on a Venn diagram. I find the number of pupils who study alpha, both subjects, beta, only mathematics. So this is a question which has been given. That is why we said the only type of question. So you realize that 20 study creative arts only. Yes. Okay. So it should be this way. In a class of 50 pupils, 20 study creative arts only, and 15 study mathematics only. 3 pupils do not study any of the subjects. If each pupil study at least one of the subjects, I illustrate the given information on a Venn diagram, and I find the number of pupils who study both subjects and beta mathematics. Okay. The reason why I put them into 2 categories is that because in the question you have only. That is why I named this type only type of questions. And the other one, you might not find the only there. So I named it the raw type of questions. But in the questions which will be asked, you will realize that you'll be asked to look for mathematics. During our previous lesson, we realized that when we solved, we were asked to look for the only English. So that is how it is. When it's the only type of question, in the questions, a raw type of question will be given. And it is a raw type of question, the only type will be given. Okay, the same way you should do your rough calculations and know your point of what intersection or the number of students or pupils studying both subjects. So when we add 20 to 15, we get what? 35. So 35 plus 3, we have 38. The difference between 15 and 38 is 12. So this means that 12 students or 12 pupils are studying both subjects. This 12, we are now going to solve it here so that we would realize that the 12 we said is right. Now, as I said, it's the same thing as the raw type of question. Before you solve, you should put them into set notations. So you write, let U represent the total number of pupils in the class, total pupils. Therefore, N of U is what? 50. We choose the first letter of the first subject, which is creative arts, C. So let C represent total pupils in creative arts. Therefore, N of C is equal to 20. Then let M, mathematics, M represents mathematics pupils. Represent pupils studying mathematics. Therefore, N of M is equal to 15. Then you let X represent pupils studying both subjects. Then let eight represent pupils not studying any of the subjects. Okay. So from there then, I said you would get your ruler so that you can draw your Venn diagram, which is the I. So I, Venn diagram, the two circles will definitely cross. So N of U is 50. Here is X. Then N of creative art is 20. N of mathematics 15. Then the ones which does not belong to them, 8 comes here. So that is the Venn diagram. But for the purpose of solving, you see what I've done now? This is how to solve the raw type of questions. But for the only type of question, this 20 here should come here straight away. So this should go off. So you see the difference. The raw type of question, we have the numbers on top. But with the only type of question, you should get inside. So this 15 also goes off here. Then you should get inside here. Okay. So you saw that, as I said, in the raw type of question, when solving, the X is subtracted from the 20. The X is subtracted from the 15. But with the only type of question, we will not subtract the X from both sets or from both subjects. Okay. So let's go to the II, which says that alpha, we should solve for both subjects, alpha. So this one becomes 20 plus X plus 15 plus 8 is equal to 50. So we add what is here. This plus this would get 35. 35 plus 8 will get 43. So we have 43 plus X. Then plus X is equal to what? 50. Yes, before we started, as we added, this is 35, this is 38. Oh, so this is 35 plus 8. Oh, this is 3. Sorry. So here should be 3. 3. So here should be 3. So we have 38. So x is equal to landlord 50, tenant crosses positive becomes minus what? 38. And my x will be what? 12. So as I said, with the right type of question, we realize that when we solve, we will get what? Negative x. And at the end of the day, we divide through by -1 to get the answer. But with this, you solve straight away, then you get an answer without x being negative. So where you read a question, this only type of question, and you solve it and getting negative, you should come back and read the question again. So when you see only, then it means that you are supposed to do it this way. So with the only type of question, x is not subtracted. And the numbers are also not put on the circles, but they are putting into the circle straight away. Then you add whatever is here, should be equal to this. So therefore, 12 pupils study both subjects. So if you go to beta says mathematics. So mathematics becomes the full circle. You realize that the other previous lesson, which was the raw type of question, we said we should find the only English. And with the only, we subtract the x. But with the raw type of question, that is with this question, find mathematics, we add the x. So you can write mathematics pupils will be equal to x plus 15. And our x is now what? 12. So 12 plus 15. And our answer is what? 27. Okay. Very soon, another way of solving the Venn diagram will be taught in schools. We went for a meeting the other day with JHS, and they said they didn't want students should write the numbers in the circles anymore. They just want them to write it outside, but you point into the circle. Let's see how it works, the new way. This is what they said. They said you should draw the Venn diagram, but the solving and everything is the same. Draw the Venn diagram like this. So when you want to represent the point of intersection here, you shouldn't put it here, but you should just draw an arrow to point into this side. Then you put what? X. Now here, n of u is still the same, 50. Then if you want to represent mathematics also, only comes inside the circle. So n of m is equal to, that is 15. Then you can point to this circle, then it becomes n of c is equal to 20. This side also, you can point to this side, that is the m intersection c or complement is what? 3. So you see the new way, but it has not been implemented yet. They are still on it. So when it is passed, this is what students will be required to do. Not to write in the circle anymore or in the Venn diagram anymore, but should write outside and use lines to point to the portions. So when it is the raw type of question, that one, the arrow coming or the line coming should touch the circle, should touch it. It should just touch. But because it is pointing inside the circle. And the solving becomes the same. The solving becomes the same. I guess we are okay. Let's take another question. So another question can be given in this form. N of M only is 15. N of N only is 25. Then N of M intersection N is 9. Find N of M union N. So let's say M can be maize, or let's say M can be mushroom, and N can be noodles. So we are being asked to look for the M union N, that is the mushroom union the noodles. This means that we are supposed to look for the universal or the total number of students or pupils who likes mushrooms and noodles. Okay. So this also, if you want, you can draw the Venn diagram to represent it, or you can solve it straight away. So if this is how to solve it, we are now looking for this. So a good student, when solving solution, will write let X represent N of M union N. And we all know that when we are using this, we all know that if you want to solve such a question, it becomes N of M plus N of N, then plus N of M intersection N, which should be equal to N M union N. That is how the mathematics form should be, according to what we've done here. It is this one plus this plus that plus this should be equal to this. But in this question, there is no point of students or pupils which does not like both mushrooms and noodles. So it becomes this way. So let's represent them by the numbers in the question. The 15 gets here plus N 25 plus point of intersection N, and this is what? X. So 15 plus 25, we are going to get 40 plus 9, that is 49, is equal to what? X. And therefore, X is equal to what? 49. And that is the answer. Let's take another question. But this time, let's try deviating from the only type of questions, and let's visit the raw type of question. Using this same way, let's say N of E is 28, then N of F is 18, if N of M union N of E union F is equal to 35, find N of E intersection F. This is another question, but this time we are dealing with a raw type of question. So this one also becomes N of E, that is solution. Once again, let X represent N of E intersection F. So we know that with a raw type of question, N of E is equal to N of E will be minused by the X, then plus N of F minus X, then plus X, which should be equal to N of E union F. That is it. We subtract the X, we add the X, and we subtract the X also here. So if students are a little confused of what I've done, that is this. It's the same. Or it can be N of E minus X plus X then plus n of f minus x is equal to n of e union f, the same. Now let's solve. N of e is 28, so 28 minus x plus n of f, 18, minus x is equal to this, that is 35. 18 plus 28, or 28 plus 18, 38 plus 8, 16, I add 46. So this goes away, then I'll get my 46 minus x is equal to what? 35. Then I get negative x is equal to landlord 35, positive cross negative 46. So neg x is equal to, so 35 minus 46. I'm owing 46 and I'm paying 35. I'll still owe. So I have my minus there. I owe 11. Then I go to my next step. I divide through by negative 1. I divide through by negative 1. Negative cancels negative. And my x is equal to 11. So this is what I was saying makes the difference. The raw type of question, we always subtract the x from it, and at the end of the day, our x is always negative. We divide by negative 1 to get the final answer. But with the only type of question, we solve, then we get x to be positive, and the final answer, we get it. I hope you've been able to know the difference between the raw type of questions and the only type of question. As I said, very soon this one will be implemented. So students should try this at home. Always try when solving, don't put the values in the Venn diagram or in the circles, but try putting them outside and using lines or arrows to point to the place it should be. That is what JHS is saying. Very soon they'll implement this, because when students normally write in the circles and they make mistake, they normally makes the Venn diagram very dirty. And this makes the examiner who is marking their script find it difficult to see some of the numbers, because sometimes they paint it. But when it is like this and maybe the student gets this wrong, he just cancels the 3 and write the right value and it becomes okay. That is why they want to implement this. So very soon, if all of them accept it and it's implemented, students will not be allowed to write in the Venn diagram anymore, but to do it this way. So let's take the last question for today, so that we'll bring today's lesson to an end. Okay, questions like this can also be given. Then you'll be asked to find x, n of a, n of b. Mind you, if they say n of a, meaning they are looking for the raw question of a. If only is added, then you know that it is only. Okay, so looking at this, finding out of x, take I. We want to add everything here, which should be equal to there. So we know it is only type of question since the numbers have been written in the circle. It's only. So 20 plus x plus 45 plus 5 should be equal to 75. Okay, so 20 plus this is 65 plus 5, 70. So 70 plus x is equal to 75. So x will be what? 75 cross positive crosses negative. Then my x will be what? 5. Then my II, which is n of A, will be the full circle of A. That is 20 plus x. And that one will be what? 20 plus 5. Then we have what? 25. Then the III, n of B, will be the full circle of B. That is x plus 45. And my x is 5 plus 45. Then I'll get 50. So sometimes diagrammatic questions can be given and you should use your application to solve. Viewers, this is where time will permit us to end today's topic. We'll meet another time for another lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.